Welcome to another episode of I Am the Change podcast, presented by Dreams to Reality Incorporated, a nonprofit organization geared toward uplifting, inspiring, and empowering communities all over the world. I am your host, Mychal Davis, along with Mr. Jason Redmond.
Going on, everybody?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, man, look, I'm excited about this one. I always love an episode when I know the person. Like it makes me feel like, man, I got so much info on that person. I can just say anything. But like this one, this young lady, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. The names look familiar because that's my younger sister. So like grew up with her, like know the whole gambit. And this is National Women's Month. I'm saying it right, correct? It's National Women's Month. So I figured, hey, bring some women into the fold that are change agents, that are doing big stuff in their communities. And I had talked to my sister once before, man. She was doing a coat drive, and she talking about that. And then she what really wanted me to get on the show was she made a comment about one of her clients and how she told them, hey, this is about business. We don't need emotion in this buying process. So I was like, wow. And I was like, yo, because my real estate agent, when I bought my house, she didn't say none of that stuff. She was just like, hey, we got a house over here. We got a house over here. Which one do you want to go see?
So wait, you got a real estate agent in the family.
In the family, man.
And you dealt with somebody else?
Well, she's in Atlanta. So, she's not in my city. She's not in my city.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wasn't an agent at the time either.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So also you got to remember there's a 7-year difference in age between us too. I'll let the cat out the bag. We were just talking about it, so I'll go ahead and say it. My sister's 7 years younger than I am. I was the baby of the family for 6 years. And then my mother and father had another child. I was a bit upset. I'll be the bigger person. I was a little upset that I had a younger sibling. But you know, you know, she's doing some amazing things, man. I can't say I can't say that I'm upset anymore. I'm over it. I've grown. But just to see the things that she's doing, it's been amazing, man. It's like to sit back and be like, wow, you know, everybody's family has that one person that you can say, oh man, they're doing some big stuff. Like how? Hey, I'm gonna stop rambling and let her tell you because hey, it's a hell of a story. Go ahead, John. Go ahead and tell them. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. It always feels good when you have a cheerleader, and I will 100% say you'll pick up the pom-poms, never the skirt, but you'll pick up the pom-poms for me, and I appreciate that at all times, like more than you know, 100% more than you know. So let's get started. Whatever, fire away, whatever you got for me.
So I'm gonna take the first one, Mychal. I apologize. So you went to Prairie View A&M.
I did. HBCU grad for sure.
I want y'all to see it. Yeah, Prairie View A&M. What made you pick Prairie View A&M over all the other schools out?
The honest answer is that's what I could afford. When I say that's what my parents could afford. Definitely was a financial aid kid, 100%. Mom, aunt worked at TSU, so we knew that was not going to happen. I was definitely not going to be on the same campus with them. No. I was not going to be known as Miss Redmond's daughter. I was not going to be known as Miss Pittman's niece on the campus. I needed my own identity. So I didn't really know much about Prairie View until I got on the campus. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Going to an HBCU just puts, just a sense of pride back into who you are. And you see people of like-minded and beings from all walks of life being, showing you, hey, this is not just how one person does it. Like we all have the same experiences. We grew up in A-Leaf, which was at the time, it was a melting pot. Like you went to school with white people and Indians and Asians and Black, it was everybody. So to be in a campus where it's just you, it's like going to a family reunion. And it taught me a lot. I learned a lot. I met some amazing people that I'll never forget that I have still to this day amazing relationships with. People I met there are now judges in Harris County, dentists that have several offices, counselors, teachers, all kinds of politicians, entrepreneurs. Like It's just a melting pot of amazing Black people. Like we are amazing people, and you know, we're resilient, and you know, we just do our thing. You know, this is kind of what it is.
Yeah. I can get it. I can get it. So you go to Prairie View AMU.
Okay.
You graduate.
Yeah. First, I pledged Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
I was gonna
then I graduate.
I was gonna let you say it. You know, get it out fall 2000.
Fall 2000. Yep.
Okay.
As you see, I was a double deuce for sure.
Yeah. Was that Eta Beta? It's Eta Beta chapter?
Eta Beta.
Shout out to Eta Beta chapter.
Shout out to Eta Beta for sure. Definitely.
I got you.
Definitely.
I got you. So
I graduate, and a year before I graduate in 1999, our mother decides that she wants to move back to Nashville to take care of our grandmother, our ailing grandmother, and our great aunts. So Houston stopped being home to me. I was like, hey, like, you know, I'm graduated, but I don't have any prospects in Houston as far as jobs go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I started looking outside of Houston for a job, and I get a lead in Atlanta to work for Coca-Cola. And I'm geeked. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm 3.5 hours away from mom. Like I can see Granny and Jamel, our other sister Jamela be there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, bet like this is perfect. This is perfect. So I pack up everything. I had a Chevy Blazer at the time and a dog named Rocky. Put my TV in the front seat, put Rocky on the dashboard, and we rolled out. We out. I ride to Nashville first because mind you, I got like $75. I don't have no money. $75 got me to Nashville though. So I get to Nashville, and I find out when I get to Nashville that I actually did not get the job at Coca-Cola. Yeah. Didn't know that. Yeah. Youth will make you jump in the car and drive 3 states over to figure out life. Youth will do that for you. So
it's a nice ride too, though.
A nice long ride. It was about 13 hours.
Yeah,
especially when I didn't know where I was going. So that's a whole nother story. Because you know, was no GPS back in them days. It was
no GPS map.
It was Google Maps. Matter of fact, it wasn't even Google Maps. What was the name of the map quest? Is what it was.
Hey, look, I'm talking about the map that you unfold.
Oh no, I mean I could at least print out directions. So you know, that's pretty much what it was. So got to Nashville, you know, grandmother, mom, you know, everybody's trying to, you know, encourage me and, you know, help me figure things out. And one thing I will say about what the Divine Nine, these fraternities and sororities will teach you is these are bonds and connections that you will have forever. And leaning on my big brother, his frat brother, gave me a job as a house manager in Atlanta. So I could, you know, be here. This is where I wanted to be because I love my mother to death. Jason, you know.
Hey man, you ain't gotta tell me.
Not moving back into the house with her though. Love her to death though. We got about, you know, our Aunt Finn used to say, house guests and fish only last 3 days in your house. That's it. After 3 days, you gotta go. So I told you she had some good ones. Yeah, she had some good ones. I told you.
No, I did not. I didn't get
that. I like that. I like that one.
Yeah.
Hey man.
House guests and fish.
And I can relate because me and my mom are best friends, but I could not live with her. I completely understand that.
No, love. Oh my gosh, love her to death. That's the homie. I can talk to her about anything, but after 3 days, we started getting real dicey.
Yeah. Time to go, pimp. Yeah.
So
one of us got to leave.
Absolutely. So I moved here. When I graduated from Prairie View, I got a degree in mass communication with a minor in marketing. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like, how do I get here? What do I do? Start working as a house manager. I'm interning at the radio station at the time, like, you know, trying to figure it out. And like, I was so, like, I feel like God always puts you in a place to see certain things that you're supposed to see, to put you in the right mind frame for what's coming next. So as being a house manager, I was able to see just people at their worst. There were only women in that particular house, but just seeing people at their super rock bottom, understanding like these are people that were detoxing from drug addictions. So you're seeing people at their worst. They're getting ready to go to a facility, a rehab facility. It's literally they down there with, all their detoxing and they just need somewhere to stay. So the bed opens up. So you're there. And I remember it vividly. One day a lady came in, she stayed with me for 3 days. We found her a bed. She was getting ready to leave the next day. And the day she came in, I had on a Delta shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And before she left, she told me, she was like, I wanted to greet you as my Sarah, but I couldn't because of where I am.
Mm.
And I was just like, what? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you couldn't greet me? Like, this all love. Like, this is, she was like, yeah, but she was like, you deserve better than that. You deserve me at my 100%. And from that day forward, I always said, like, I've never looked down on nobody because I never know what they are, who they are, or who they're going to become. So, you know how they say you treat everybody from the CEO to the janitor the same way? That's legitimately how I've been. Like, you gonna get me. Yeah. Period. You gonna get me. If I love you, I love you. If I don't love you, I don't love you. Yeah. Like, I don't shoot the gray with you. It's gonna be black and white with me. I'm very much a straight up person, and I'll give you my last, and I'll certainly give you my all. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes it doesn't, but that's not what we in this thing for.
Yeah. So go ahead, Michael. I'm gonna hog the conversation, man, because I know the answers to the questions I'm gonna ask, but go ahead, man. I don't want to be greedy.
Okay, because you went to the HBCU and
Prairie View AMU University.
Okay, and so how did that impact like the afterwards and getting into real estate and stuff like that? How did that impact your journey?
It impacted my journey because it allowed me to understand that everybody deserves 100% the best, because not everybody comes from 100% the best. It impacted me to let me know, like, patience is certainly a virtue. It's not something I have all the time. It's something I'm continually learning about. It also impacted me to say, like, there can be a friend found in anybody you meet, because, like I say, like, there are people that I've met on that campus that I will 100% get my last drop of blood for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just mind frame. And then it also helped me understand what being service minded was. Pledging my sorority, that we're service. We're sisterhood and service, like scholarship, sisterhood and service. That's kind of what it is. So you figure out, like, all right, so how do I give myself to the community and figure this thing out? That's when the coat drive started happening. That's when the recycling company started to happen. That's when, like, just being involved in just different community events started to happen. And, doing runs, like, for, particular charities. It just started to come natural. It started to just feel good and be just what I wanted to do to make the world a better place. I don't have any children, so my nieces and my nephews, like, if I can make this place a better for them, that's pretty much what it's gonna be.
So I'm gonna pull on this one. You said you do runs now.
Yes.
Now I know this is gonna be, Michael, this is one of them times like I got to pull the card. Now I know you played basketball in high school.
I did. I played basketball in high school and college, as a matter of fact.
Okay. I was gonna go there. So you only played basketball, right?
Mm-hmm. No, in high school, in middle school and high school, I played volleyball, I ran track, and I played basketball.
So that's what I want you to say. How long did you run track?
1 year. In high school, 1 year.
1 year. So you went 1 year in high school running track, played basketball and volleyball, and then now you're running marathons. 5K.
No, I'm running half marathons. I've never run a marathon. Don't disrespect the marathon. That is 26.2 miles. I have never run 26.2 miles. 13.1 I have.
Yeah.
No, 13.1 in one sitting I had.
Okay.
Never 26.2.
5Ks and half marathons. What made you
5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons?
Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah, I'm not running any of them, but what made you start running? Because you don't like running. Because you've already told me once before that you didn't like track.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So when we were playing basketball, like, we used to have, like, all the guards had to run 1 mile in less than 10 minutes. I think it was either 8 minutes or 10 minutes. We had to run it fast. Let's just say it like that. And that was the worst time of those tryouts. Like I couldn't stand it. That was my, you give me some sprints, I'm gonna run sprints all day. But a mile, I didn't want to do it. So now, so let's rewind to like 2014, 2013, I just had a horrible breakup. My engagement deteriorated, and I went to the doctor around October of that year, discovered that I was pre-diabetic. I was disgustingly overweight, and then I needed to lose weight. Period. Bottom line, that was all it was. So I OD'd on it. I started boxing. I started doing aerobic workouts. I was watching what I was eating, doing all these things, and then I injured myself. And so a friend of mine, as I started to be on the mend, a friend of mine said, "Hey, there's this networking group in Atlanta. They run on Sundays. Come down. You might meet somebody," because my friends always wanted me to date after my breakup. So they was like, "Yeah, come date, whatever. Right. Come meet these men. It's a lot of cute men." So I'm like, all right, I'll come. We ran that one time and I was hooked. Hey. That was all it took.
Hey, because I watch your Instagram and you be posting on your miles you run. I be like, yo, she's running for me too, because I'm not running anywhere unless somebody's chasing me. I'm not getting in no trouble. No, you know more.
What? And so then it was weight loss then. Today, right. Those are mental miles. Those are, I run with a small group of people. Typically, I run with my friend Robin, who is an amazing motivator and inspiration to myself. To these days, or I would say for the last 5 years or so, miles for me have just been strictly mental. It's, we typically go like 6:30 in the morning. So it's like, it's my time to talk with God. It's my time to, put things in perspective and work out things in my head. It's time for me to map out my day. It's time for me to problem solve. It's time for me to think about a situation that I had, like, okay, Johunna, could you have handled that a different way? What was a better solution for that? So if that comes up next time, how to handle it better the next time. And then, okay, it's something going on right now. Like, all right, what are the steps that we need to do right. to, for a resolution? That's just, you zone out and, you're listening to your music and things just seem to work out.
Yeah, running is very therapeutic. I just started running like before the beginning of the year. Every morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, I get up at least a mile. And I mean, it'll get your mindset so right for the morning and to be able to attack the day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can definitely dig that those mental miles is much needed.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially in these days of, everything that's going on, the social injustice, the pandemic, to be vaccinated, not to be vaccinated, being away from family, not being able to love on your loved ones the way you would normally love on them, not being able to travel like you typically would. I am definitely exhausted. Typically me, I probably would have traveled like 2-3 times last year, internationally, just because that's my way of just getting away, decompressing, and coming back and fully charged. Not being able to do that, I got to get out there and figure out a way to explore in my head, if nothing else.
I can dig it. So tell me about this journey as a real estate agent. Like,
oh man.
So
yeah, because I'm excited to hear about this, because I did some like Instagram stalking, and but all I saw was close, top earner, close. So I see you out there killing the game. In Atlanta, I used to live out there in Atlanta, so I love it out there. I mean, it must be amazing, the real estate game, and I see you working with a lot of your people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm definitely excited to hear about this.
Okay, yeah. So I started in real estate in like 2007. I'm definitely a mommy's girl. So I started because my mom said I could. I literally started because my mom said, you'll be great at this. I started off as an investor, invested in properties in Nashville, Tennessee. Of course, I live in Atlanta, Georgia, bought 3 rental properties, and shortly afterward, the market crashed. Now, understand those 3 properties that I purchased should have never been purchased as flips. They should have 100% been purchased as rentals if I was going to use them in that way. However, not being properly advised, when I started my investment journey, ended up being a huge lesson learned. Let me rephrase that. It ended up being a very expensive lesson learned, because I had to learn how to do a short sale. Short sale of my first property, short sale of the second one, short sale of the third one. And I'm like, ooh. And there was just a light that clicked one day. It was like, John, if you could help people do these things, because you are not the only one in this space. You're not the only person that's had to do a short sale. And most people don't know how to navigate doing a short sale. If you could help people do this, that would be your way of giving back to the community, as well as making some money, because you had a not so great agent helping you making money. So if you could be that great agent that you needed, be that great agent and help people out of hard situations, because there was nobody to advise me. And I just so happened to look up and figure out what a short sale was versus, steadily trying to rent, keep it rented, because there were months that I had to put money with the tenant's rent in order to keep the house. So it was essentially like I was paying them to live there, and which made absolutely positively no sense whatsoever.
None.
None whatsoever. So I started to be an agent, and I started helping people buy and sell real estate, and it started to be fulfilling. And at the time I was still waitressing in the evenings at a strip club here in Atlanta, Georgia. You may have heard of it. It's called Magic City.
I think I've heard it once or twice.
Right. So
yeah.
maybe.
I think I drove by it.
Yeah, a lot of people know it. They have, really good wings.
Lemon pepper.
So, and I started to figure out a way to bring my day job to my evening and vice versa. I started, having clients come out of the club and helping them buy and sell and, invest. And, one of my biggest clients right now, I actually met in the strip club, and he helped me form an investment group for a group of Nigerians. And it was very lucrative, and, they're still buying and selling. And it's, it feels really good to be able to help people millions of, make tons of money, thousands of miles away, giving back to the motherland as best I can. And so, I was able to just, let's just say this. Everybody wants to be an agent because they feel like it's an easy job to do. They feel like, it's a no-brainer. They feel like, they see people do it, and they say, oh, you show them, these beautiful houses all day long, and you drive these amazing cars, and you dress really well. Those are all things that actually do happen, but the grind and the months that you don't have closings, that's the part that you don't see. Like, because if I don't work, I don't eat, and I like to eat, and my mother likes nice things, and my sister likes nice things, and my brother likes gifts too. So it's like it became a situation of figuring out a way to make things happen. And I started to recognize, like, hey, if you do a good job for this person, they'll refer somebody else to you. And I started to build a referral-based business. And I'm definitely that kind of girl. Like, I'm not the loudest, but I do my thing. I definitely do my thing on the low. One necessarily has to know. And I just love what I do. You're assisting someone most people make the largest purchase they will ever make in their lives. So you just try to be there for them, and there's nothing like handing those keys over to them at the closing table. It just isn't. It's just the best feeling in the world.
So Mychal, I'm waiting for her to say it, but man, she didn't say it. I'm gonna try to pull it out of her right quick. So, you work at Keller Williams, right?
I do.
Keller Williams puts out a ranking of agents, Mychal. They put out a ranking of agents, and I think, how many agents in the office is it?
All right, so this is what he's looking for. So I'll say this, my journey has come full circle. In 2015, I signed on with Keller Williams Peachtree Road, and I was negative $429 in my bank account. I signed on with them. I started coaching with the amazing David Patterson at DP's Consulting. And today, I am the number 8 agent in my office out of 400 plus agents. Is that what you're looking for?
That's what I was looking for.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for. Sometimes, man, people don't like to brag on themselves. They don't want people to know how well they're doing. But at the end of the day, man, sometimes you gotta give folks, you gotta let them brag on themselves. You gotta let them know, hey, you know, I'm out here helping the people. 400 agents and you're number 8 and rising.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
I saw that picture on Instagram and it said top earner and had that 7-figure number up under it.
Yeah.
Killing the game. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am 100% blessed. I have met, like I said, I've met some amazing people who have prayed over my business, who have, you know, contributed to my business, have supported it, and I can't thank anybody enough, more than they know.
So it would seem to me like you come from a family that owned a home and was well-to-do, and then they had, I mean, I know I grew up in it. Yeah. So
day to day, we was together in this thing for sure.
Yeah.
Same mama, same daddy, same household, same roof. Yeah. No.
Say yeah.
Not well to do at all. Not well to do at all. My mother, our mother didn't own a home until she was 73 years old. So yeah, there was no like, you know, dream of, or, you know, pride in home ownership that was going on. We know, now mind you, we always lived in houses, you know, but they were always, you know, rented, and we just never, there was never a conversation about, you know, purchasing a home. There was never a conversation. We talked about this the other day. There was never a conversation about financials and, you know, credit. That, you know, we never had that conversation until it was time to have a conversation about financials and credit, which I know for me, that didn't happen until after I had already had a Discover card on campus. You know, it had a $6,000 credit limit. So like, that's when that conversation came, you know, it was kind of too late. But yeah, no, definitely. You know, we were definitely middle class, for sure. I'm not really sure how we were middle class because mom only made $28,000 a year and she took care of 4 kids. So
I didn't find that out until I didn't find that information out until after Johunna graduated, and I was like, wow,
that's serious.
That was
that's so my mom is definitely from the, I keep saying mine like she's not yours too. So don't take it offense. But our mother is definitely the ultimate hustler. Like, she's a quiet hustler. She, like, more than you know, like I never understood how she made it happen. And I started thinking back, like, my mom used to write papers. She used to type out speeches. Like, my mom is an excellent typer. Like, she can type, I think it's like something at the time, I think it was like 40 or 50 words per minute. And it was like, she's bomb at typing like that. That's her thing. So being on college campus.
This ain't the computer or Word. This is a typewriter.
For sure, typewriter.
It's a
the kind when you had to like pull it back with the little white out.
I'll be hitting the buttons like this on the typewriter.
Man,
like so, you know, just thinking like, dang, like she had all these little side hustles to help her make money so that we could have, and we never went without. Any of our needs 100% was met. Wants, no, that's a different story, but needs, no,
definitely.
We had those. Yeah, we had no needs that weren't met. No, remember them Sam's runs mom and Nita used to make?
No, they would go to, hey man, they would go to the grocery store first of the month, man. They come in loaded down with groceries.
Yeah, they used to go to Sam's, so you know everything in Sam's is bulk. So man, refrigerator and freezer full, because we used to have a freezer outside too, so full. Mine used to make Sunday dinners every week.
20th of the month though, Doc. Skinny in a mug, buddy. Yeah, man.
You was eating out at friends' houses and all that. But yeah, Sunday dinners, we had that, you know, sit at the table. You know, Jason's favorite was, you know, chicken, rice, and green beans.
Yo, it's definitely not baked chicken. Oh my God. So my mother made baked chicken every Sunday, man. And I was 15 and I was like, hey, look, you got to make something else besides baked chicken. You're an excellent cook. You got to make something else besides baked chicken. And man, I was talking like I was buying the groceries. I understand now why we ate baked chicken so much. But then you couldn't have told me. You couldn't have told me at all.
Special occasions, she used to make lasagna. Oh man, lasagna. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Mom makes the best lasagna. Like special
and
occasions.
Nothing like mom's homemade lasagna. My mom makes some bomb lasagna too.
Yeah. Nita used to make spaghetti. Anytime we had any kind of pasta, they would always throw a salad on it. So it looked like we eating good. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you think of all these little things and you're like, dang, like she really, you talking about stretch a penny? Yeah, she did. They did that. Like, I take my hat off to them for sure.
Yeah.
They're
now
amazing. Now, what would you say to the person that is watching and that comes from a similar situation that didn't have those conversations about financials and buying homes and credit, you know what I'm saying? And they're trying to position themselves and maybe step into the real estate game or just get their situation under control to be thinking about their credit in their future. What would you say to that person?
I would say, look at history. Most people in history, they survived off of their credit. They created wealth off of their credit. Most people that are some of the wealthiest people in the world, they became wealthy simply off of real estate. And you, for the most part, can't do much in this world without good or decent credit. You know, I run into people that don't have minimum credit scores. You know, anywhere between the 580, 640, you can buy a house, depending upon the loan program you're looking for. So there are certainly people that don't have that. And those are simple conversations of, hey, you don't have any positive trade lines, or better than that, you don't have any trade lines at all. Like you don't use credit for anything, no, for nothing. Like you don't have a gas card, no credit cards, no nothing. You know, you've never had a cell phone in your name. You don't even you're not living in your apartment with, you know, in your name. So your credit's never been run. So just, you know, care for your credit like you care for your, you know, for a pet. Make sure you understand, like the moment you let that pet out the yard, they're gonna roam free, and it's gonna be hard to wrangle it back in. You know, it's not impossible, but it's difficult. I definitely had my own situations with credit in my past. You know, I was blessed to be in a situation where, you know, I had people to mentor me and help me understand just the simple foundations of how to build credit up. With my grandmother put me on her credit cards when she was living and helped me build positive trade lines. So that was the best way for me to do it. Unfortunately, when she passed away, those particular trade lines, you know, dissolved with her, but I was already, you know, on the up. So I just kept going. You know, mom always said, you know, you pay your rent first. So everything else you can put on a payment plan, but you pay that rent first. So
yeah. Man, hey, look, you pour your juice in the cup, man, and you fill that cup up, and you get that good feeling of being full. Hey man, I'm full, Mike. I'm full, man.
You know, one
Absolutely.
thing I did learn, and it's something that I definitely want to pass on. I know we're running out of time, but I have learned the last couple of years to look more in the mirror and less out the window. Like pay attention to what you got going on and grind on what you want. Don't worry about what the world's got going on. Don't compare yourself to the next person. You just stay focused and stay in your lane, and you can make anything happen, because your abundance creates overwhelm, and that overwhelm creates an opportunity for somebody else to live in your abundance. So just keep on doing what you're doing. So proud of y'all. Thank you so much for inviting me. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Oh man, the pleasure. No, go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
Like Jason was saying, the pleasure is all ours. It's been an amazing episode. Been wonderful hearing from you about your journey and the achievements you've made in your field with this real estate, and just keep killing it. Keep on your journey of being an agent of change, because we need more like you in this world. We definitely need more like you. We need more.
Y'all are amazing. Y'all doing some really big things. Like I'm honored.
Hey man, we're trying.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm honored.
I'm honored to have you on the show. You know what I'm saying? So we can show people that they can do what you're doing, that they can make things 360 and you know what I'm saying, get the life that they want. And it just takes hard work. You have an amazing story and an amazing testimony, and I'm just grateful for having you on the show.
Man, that's all right. You know, I am a huge believer in it's enough out here for everybody. Yes, there are a ton of real estate agents in Georgia. Yes, there are a ton of real estate agents in the country, over 100,000, if I'm not mistaken. I just feel like it's a lane for everybody. You know, other people have podcasts, but it's something that y'all are going to bring to the world that other people are not. And it's going to be an organic attraction that y'all have with your audience that other people don't have. So keep doing what you're doing, because this is necessary, it's needed. And I just applaud you. 100%, you know, I'm 100% going to be team you, because I love my brother 100%. So that's my man, 50 grand. So
that's what's up.
My A1
definitely gonna be that for sure. But
up.
you know, I want him to succeed more than I want myself to succeed someday. So anything that I
man.
can do to aid in that success, man, I'm 100% here for it.
Well, I definitely appreciate you being on our show this week. It's been an amazing episode. It's nice seeing y'all chop it up, the siblings, just chop it up and reminisce. It's been great being on this episode with you guys. I'm gonna let you take it out, Jason, this week. You got your family on and
Oh man,
everything.
look.
So give us a good way, send us out a good,
So look, I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in. One of the best episodes we've had so far, in my opinion. I'm biased because it's my sister.
Absolutely.
It's my A1 since day one. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Dreams to Reality. Yeah, man. Dreams to Reality is a 501c nonprofit organization out here to help hurting people heal communities. So if it's anything you can do, we can do to help. Let us know. We're out here willing to give and do what we can. It doesn't cost you anything to serve, but a giving heart. So I want to say thank you again for tuning in. I'm Jason Redmond. This is my co-host Mychal Davis. This is the amazing Johunna Redmond, number 8 in Keller Williams.
She wrote. Thank you. I received that. That.
On the way to number 1.
I received that. Thank you.
See you again, same time, same place. Tell your friends. You all have a great evening.